Hello friends, here I am back with another subject related to cricket. So today let us look at something that happens behind the scenes. Yes, you might have guessed it by now, we are going to talk about technology. In this world of AI, basically everything is driven by technology and it has not spared the game of leather and willow either. So in that context, let us look at the processes of Str8bat company, Str8bat website. So basically, they go about analyzing your bat speed, the sweet spot impact, timing efficiency, the bat lift angle, maybe about wagon wheels as well. So they look at the different aspects of batting that would definitely help all those budding cricketers, all those even professional cricketers as well. In fact, they might have analyzed over 6 million shots over a period of time. That tells you behind the scenes, a lot of analysis takes place. So, without really wasting any time, actually, I'm not an expert to talk about these subjects. So, without wasting any time, let's look at the various factors that go behind the scenes that in turn help cricketers to come through the ranks and obviously become successful. Thank you for taking your time out. With regard to the short video, let us look at how Str8bat go about calculating or basically analyzing the various aspects of batting. Thank you again.
First of all, it's a pleasure to have you here, Gagan Daga sir. It's a privilege to have you here. So, how are you doing, sir?
Very well. No, pleasure is entirely mine, madam. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. So, to start with, can you say a little bit about how did you visualize as far as this company is concerned, or the kind of processes that you go about over the last many years?
See, madam, sports obviously is a big passion of the country, of the world, right? I think it's been there for ages. And in the world of AI, I think sports actually will play a big role in the world of humanity. But if you look at it, sports has been unfortunately a very laggard industry.
Yes.
You know, one of the very few industries which is only governed by after the fact. What happened post analyze, how many runs, how many wickets, goals assists, aces, pace. But there's nothing to help you get those targets consistently, what I call leading indicators. The whole genesis of this company was to build, if you will, a motion intelligence infra, which can help sports people play better, enjoy the game, compete. But there's always a feedback which tells them what they're doing well, what they're not doing well, which is leading rather than just lagging indicators. You obviously started with cricket. As you know, there's this Str8bat sticker which kind of goes behind the bat. It is, if you look at it, it is a sticker, it's called Str8bat Pro. It is a motion intelligence platform on your bat. Featherlight, you just switch it on, the simple twirl, and you play with it. Basically, it gives you every insight what you're looking for. Improve your batting, to have fun with it, and more also sometimes to do bragging right? Things like bat speed, impact speed, timing, how well you're middling the ball, where's the bat coming from, the bat path. And also, how good is your score, your net, session, your match, overall trend, and so on and so forth. And it gives you insights for every shot you play. Right? Tells you what your strengths are, weaknesses are, benchmark with the world's best. You're on 500 players, the world's best state level above playing worldwide with Str8bat. So it gives you how to build those gaps in sport. This is what we've done with cricket to start with.
To delve deeper, you talked about insights, you talked about bat speed and all those things. Can you just elaborate a little more on it?
See, I think, cricket, like most of the sports, you put a player in front of, let's say, 5 coaches, right? And all the 5 coaches will describe the player very differently. There is no one common way to define human motion. And cricket is no exception. So the idea was, can we go down to basic first principles of, let's say, batting and give metrics which are actionable, which are insightful, and which are visual. bat speed is the maximum swing speed of the bat. In today's world, where power is big, that's a big thing. But I actually believe even in Redbird cricket, bat speed is very important. You should know what's the ideal bat speed. Impact speed is the speed of impact. How well, at a time of impact, what's the bat speed? Are you translating power into the ball? Or are you peaking too early or too late? Right? Timing index is how stable you are at the point of impact. Sweet spot is how well you're middle of the ball. We actually measure the energy transfer between bat and the ball. Right? It's a second patent which you apply. So, when we capture motion without cameras, we're able to give you what I call geometry of the bat path and the motion behind it. Once you do that, you can analyze your strengths, your weaknesses, right? And then find out what you should stick to. People talk about you should play like a player. I think everybody has hit that beautiful cover drive. Just that you can't replicate it more time enough. Once you know this is what helps you play better. Your batlift angle of 25 degrees when you're playing in the offside gives you best results. You will stick to that. Similarly, 45 degrees batlift angle next side, you stick to that. So once you know what helps you perform at the best level, you will be able to replicate it. I think that's very, very important. So this is how we have defined these metrics at the very first principle level. All these metrics are there so that if you follow them, if you keep measuring, follow the trend, you will be able to improve. 94% of players playing with Str8bat consistently has improved the batting. And that's the big thing, right? What you cannot measure, you cannot improve.
Okay. So how it has helped different players? Obviously, when I just arrived, I saw that bat of Rajasthan Royals bat, where there are a lot of autographs. So, can you say in a few words how it has helped different players?
So I think Rajasthan Royals have been a customer, big partner. They've been really big proponents of bringing innovation in the game. They use this for talent scouting, talent development, as they describe themselves. They use this for talent scouting. They measure players' data, the talents, and then based on that analysis with the data, they go for talent ID. So talent scouting is a big part. Talent development is a big part of the game. You asked how does, if you can give examples. What if I tell you that it's a funny one. So there's a player who was, swinging his bat very fast in his batting starts. And he had one more style where it was far more slow. When we did some analysis, we found that when he's pretty slow, he had better sweet spot index than he's swinging very fast. Nobody knew why, but we realized that is his way of playing, his routine. And we suggested to him, and he started practicing that kind of routine. You see a huge difference in number of missed balls. So he didn't miss much balls. His timing index, his sweet spot index, it improved drastically. He was a lower middle of the bat. He could really hit sixes more consistently, which is what the required position was. Again, what you cannot measure, you cannot improve. And I talked about players improving their bat speed, impact speed by changing their batting stance. When you're meeting forward, when you're moving forward and hitting your body weight transfer up, you see a definite improvement in batting parameters. So things which we all know, now being proven by data, things which we don't know are coming out of data. Right? So I think data becomes a huge anchor of truth. We have millions and millions of records of data now. So, everything can run when data doesn't. Right? So I think that's the big aspect of examples of how players are using it is to use for talent scouting, talent development, teams at the highest level. Cricket Australia is a strategic partner. In fact, in Australia, we have launched this product, which is Cricket Australia branded. Right? And the same sticker with Cricket Australia, complete endorsement, has been launched in Australia. We have launched just a KL Rahul edition thing across India and worldwide, where KL Rahul will not only a brand ambassador, but also he'll be providing very soon his perspective, his avatar. Avatar will be providing perspective on the user's batting, personalized to him on that shot. So I think the RGI platform is very, very mature to give those kind of personalized insights So I think what we can do with millions of records, the knowledge, the ecosystem which we have is immensely powerful.
Okay, not necessarily in terms of helping him, but how do you look at someone like Vaibhav Sooryavanshi? I understand. I'm asking this because you have been associated in some ways here or there with Rajasthan Royals, so that is why. How do you look at Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, the young batter?
I don't think so. It's in my right place to talk about a particular player.
Yes.
But obviously, he's a once in a generation talent. We all love watching him and so on and so forth, right? So I think I discussed also with Korea, right? He was talking about his batlift and so on and so forth. But in general, let's talk in general, right? I think there's one way of batting which is described in, if you will, the manual technique of batting, right? Play straight, keep your bat as straight as possible, and blah blah blah. I think data has proven both straight bat outside. There's no one way to bat. What players are doing is trying to see how you can accelerate at the right time to generate power while remaining stable. And I was telling you, for example, bowling also, right? If you're very constrained, your ability to generate power will be limited because you don't have space to move. But a lot of players are really going both in this and wide to create space so that the maximum acceleration typically happens in this time. Right? This is the time you need to really accelerate so that you can have peak speed here down. So I think a lot of players have figured out that if you generate power consistently, right, which is the nature of the game, I think they need to have levers, extended levers to really generate that power. And they've been very successful. So they are breaking the old myths, if you will. And data actually, we have seen again thousands of such data where you create space, accelerate at the right time, you're able to be more consistent and generate more power. So I think rather than talk about individual players, I'm seeing this also. Nobody is an exception. These are physics.
Little more about in relation to the scouting system. I'm pretty sure you would have delved deeper into that as well. So if you can say a few words.
So see, we obviously do talent scouting for different teams, leagues, and so on and so forth. Every team and league and every have their own requirement. Talent is a core strategy, right? So some may want players at a lower middle order, some may want at the top, some may want at the middle. Their requirements are different. For example, somebody at a lower middle order would want players to strike the ball consistently without taking a lot of time. So tee-off time is very less. Somebody wants at a top order, he wants consistent power. He may take a bit of time, but consistent power. Middle order is about really may not be biggest power, but consistency and timing index is very important. I think different teams and leagues are different. We can slice and dice our first principle data to the requirement of those teams. That's what we are doing to help them scout for talent. Now, talent selection, I believe, should not be a game of elimination. It should be a game of selection. So if you can select based on data and then nurture the talent, you are investing in the right talent, right? Because the execution signals are giving you that this has the potential and you can nurture the talent. That's very important. Second, I think in broader context, right? We all know different parts of the world, talent scouting is plagued by nepotism. I think it's very important we give equal opportunity to everybody to excel. And technology is the best equalizer. I think we as a nation have to understand that and really use technology to select the right talent for different leagues which are happening. So that there is no concept of being somebody unfavored, right? These are things which we are seeing a tectonic shift happening. We're talking to so many different leagues, tennis ball leagues also. They're using this for trials. I think that's a really good shift happening in today's country.
Okay. You talked about smart shoes as well. If you want to add a few words.
So I think cricket is our first sport. It was obviously it's a religion in this part of the world, so it's a no-brainer. It's our passion. But also it's a 360-degree play. You play straight, you play reverse, you dip scoop, scoop. Once we capture motion without cameras for cricket, we can capture any motion. And the whole idea was to build a motion intelligence platform, what I call the physical AI of sports, where you can actually, so the same tech stack, the hardware, the motion analysis remains the same. All you build is a different hat for different sports so that the sports grammar can be respected. So what we have done, this is a shoe, right? And this is a sticker, same as cricket, right? You put it behind, let's say like this, and you run. Suddenly, you are at a point of truth, right? This is where the moment of truth is every stride. Now, things like whether you're pronating, supinating, and hence how much of pressure you're applying on your calf muscle. What's your strike pattern? Are you forefoot, midfoot, heel? What's your ground contact time? How much is your stride time? Cadence, stride length, how much force you're applying, which is the direct impact on your knees and your glutes. Right? You can help not only increase your performance but also know your running style so that you can do things to avoid injuries. The right exercises, the right stretches, the right shoes you want. Right? Most of the runners don't even know what kind of shoe they should wear depending on running style. Right? So we're using the same motion intelligence, the shoes, which is right now for running. We'll also move it for other sports and so on and so forth. The whole idea of Str8bat is to become the motion intelligence platform, so that we can make human motion structured and computable in this world of AI, right? And hence really elevate human performance in sport.
Okay, you talked about cricket being a religion. Yes, everyone knows that in India. But if you want to diversify as a company, if you want to diversify in other sports, or just your visualization in relation to the future.
I think India's time to really excel in other sports has come. And India will, with our demographic, with our focus on, you're seeing India really moving towards a fitness culture, right? So definitely, and we cannot be one nation, one sport nation. So I believe that world of athletics, be it other team sports. I would love to see one day soccer in India,
that will be great.
right? But athletics is a big part of our thing. I think if then 10 years from now, hopefully, fingers crossed, India has the Olympics and we really have a good medal tally. I think it will be a day where we all can take pride, and hopefully, Str8bat has a small role to play in that. So that's our thing. We really want to elevate performance of sports in India and abroad, and really help elevate that. So we are not a one sport company. We want to be the sport infra for motion and really help elevate performance across sports. It's just a start.
Okay. So it was a great way to end this short interview. It was a pleasure to have you here. Again, wish you all the best for the future.
Thank you so much.